Now we'll also understand a basic ventilator technology which is used in the anesthesia machine. Here it is a system which essentially, what is a ventilator? It is a system which generates precise amount of flow or gas movement in the circuit so that adequate amount of volume is delivered to them. So it has to create or generate air flow into the system, and the airflow should be sufficient to deliver adequate tidal volume. Now there are 4 types of ventilators which are there in a majority of the anesthesia machines which are used in the world. One is called piston, other is called bellows technology, which is essentially called ascending bellow. There is also a turbine which was essentially an ICU technology, and a volume reflector. So first we look at the ascending bellows. So all bellows machines are nowadays, their behavior in expiration is considered, on that basis we are giving name ascending bellows. Bellows is essentially a bag in a bottle type of a system. So in a bottle there are bellows. Inside of the bellows is connected with the fresh gas flow and the circuit flow, and outside of that bellows are connected to a dry gas. So dry gas essentially is delivered into that bottle, which compresses the bellows, and the patient gas or fresh gas flow and patient gases are delivered to the patient. So here, dry gas needs to push the bellows. So dry gas and anesthetic gas, they never mixes. So bellows type of technology will require an additional system. So either some machine uses oxygen or some machine uses air also, but you need to supplement air or oxygen to compress the bellows. They don't take part in the anesthesia, they are just used for the compression of the bellows. Now, many anesthesia machine, you will see an additional tube like this going to the bellows. This tube is for the drive gas. There it pushes through the absorber, and then it is delivered to the patient. Now, during expiration, the expired gases fills up the bellow with the fresh gas flow. Now, to elevate these bellows against gravity during expiration, you need some amount of resistance. So there is some amount of resistance is created in the bellows, which will give you some amount of PEEP. So all bellows anesthesia machine, you will always see some amount of PEEP being delivered. Even if you have set PEEP at 0, when you look at the PEEP, if your anesthesia machine is showing it, you will see 2 to 4 PEEP in your patient. You always see this is called internal PEEP, and this is because of technology where bellows needs to, for filling up the bellow, you need some amount of PEEP inside. So problem of bellows system, you need drive gas, and if you are using oxygen, could be costly. There is fresh gas flow mixing in that line, and we already seen what will happen. So you need a flow sensor, and there is a relative compensation, and there could be intrinsic PEEP. So all Draeger machines, many of Draeger machines like Fabius and Primus is using technology called piston. Piston is essentially a rolling disc inside a barrel, which is moving with the electricity. It does not require any drive gas, and it moves according to your setting. So movement is accurate, and the delivery of tidal volume is accurate. And we already know because of decoupling valve, there is no mixing of fresh gas flow. So whatever you have set can be very accurately delivered to the patient. It does not require any intrinsic PEEP. An expiration, when bellows piston is pulling, the gas is delivered from the reservoir as well as fresh gas. So there is no baseline PEEP with the piston. You don't need any driving gas or oxygen. In case of oxygen failure, there is a provision for air can be sucked in. So in case of oxygen failure, air can be sucked in, your ventilation can continue. Of course, your anesthetic agent will not be there and your oxygen will not be there. But yes, ventilation will continue for some time and it will give an alarm. And this prevents barotrauma with accident flush also, which we have already seen. Now, turbine is used in ICU. So it is part of a ICU ventilator technology. It generates a large quantity of flow with it. It is just a fan which is rotating, which creates flow. So they are good for patient-triggered breathing. So when patient-triggered breathing is needed in a spontaneous breathing patients, pediatric patients, when patient-triggered breathing is needed, it quickly makes a rotation, delivers the flow, and during expiration, the rotation is reduced. So during expiration, it rotates at a lower rate, which will generate peak and will also continue to move flow into the system. So when patient takes a breath, patient takes an inspiration, it can be easily triggered and the turbine can immediately start to give the ventilation. So turbine ventilation is very good. It generates a very high peak flow rate. It is suitable for all age group and for all spontaneous ventilation, but there is no decoupling mechanism in turbine. So JUICE machine, which is turbine driven, and there one more machine is turbine driven, it does not have decoupled valve. There is no decoupling. The back behavior will be different if you are using JUICE or PULSEUS, which has a turbine ventilator, and the you have a similar fashion as we are seeing it in spontaneous ventilation. So bag will inflate and deflate with the respiration, but it is opposite to what is happening with Fabius or Primus. There is one more technology, volume reflector, which is used in a Maquette machine. Here, driving gas, instead of a bellow, there is a long tube. Now, this long tube directly communicates with the patient's circuit. So, oxygen is pushed, it will push the flow. Now, this is called a oxygen-rich circuit, because here there is mixing of fresh gas flow with dry gases. There is a need of dry gases, which will push the oxygen flow, but there is a mixing of both. And in case of leak or insufficient oxygen in the system, this dry gas oxygen can be used, and this will prevent hypoxia. So it is oxygen-rich design. So if I compare two major technology which is used in today's anesthesia machine, bellows and piston. Fresh gas compensation is by flow sensing, while in piston it is by the decoupling technology, which is absolute. Flush should never be used in bellow. You can use it in piston, but you always beware that you may dilute the anesthetic agent. Gas volume deficiency, bellow start losing height. It is easy to identify, difficult not to notice. Well, in case of piston, the gas volume deficiency will see your bag getting deflected, and you have to be really instruct your assistant not to silence the alarm and go ahead, because it can draw air and it can deliver. So you may actually not notice for some period. So it is very important that you should always look at the alarms. Pre-testing is not provided in many machines, so it may not have compliance or it may not have compensation, or it can have a dynamic compensation in case of bellows technology. While piston, it is pre-testing is must, and if you don't do pre-testing, it will not compensate for leak or compliance. Oxygen consumption, many machines uses oxygen as a dry gas, and oxygen consumption is needed for the bellows technology, while piston technology, only oxygen consumed, which is given to the patient as a fresh gas flow. No additional oxygen is consumed. Both machines has sensors which are different technology, and they have their own problems. But technological innovation has allowed a precise delivery of tidal volume in majority of the machine. But piston, by its sheer design, can deliver more accurately. Now, these are the issues which we have found with your machines. Other than what we already discussed, you sometimes need higher flow, bellows starts falling in spite of the system which you already know. Awareness in spite of adequate ventilation, machine stops working. In fact, there are various other things also can go wrong with your anesthesia machine. And if you see the literature, there are various things there are problems with APL valve, circuit and everything. So the solution to malfunctions of component is very simple. You do proper testing, you do self-testing, and you understand the technology, and you keep on looking for the problems. Never just silence the alarm.